Welcome to the Goldburst show. I am your show host Saurabh Das, the publisher of Reverend Crown.
In this 27th episode, we would bring before you a romance fiction author from Africa who we believe has the greatest potential. Jannah Firdausi, the author who has written many romantic fiction books. Read her books now. All links are in the description below. Before we begin the interview, we would let you know that if you are an author and want to promote your book with video book marketing, then visit reversedorderexistence.com and place your order now. Let us begin the Goldburst show.
You are a romance fiction author. You have written a significant number of books, and your theme often revolves around fantasy, supernatural elements, and wealthy individuals. Their characters are often bad boys, CEOs, mafias, demons, vampires, witches, and a lot more. Do your books have happy endings or dark ones?
Hi, I'm Anna Peterson of Mafias. My books always have a happy ending because I just can't take it if the characters that I like don't get happy ever after or win over their enemies or worries.
What is your marketing strategy for the books in the romance genre? Who is your target audience? How wider do you feel is the international market for romantic fiction?
My marketing strategy is to promote my books on social media, but I don't really have to do that because the platforms that I'm contracted to are supposed to do that as it is in the contract. And these platforms are usually Chinese or in Asia or Eastern Europe. My target audience is female readers. That is why I write romance or fantasy romance. The international market for romantic fiction is very wide because I believe that women read more novels than men and they always want romance. So even the platforms that I'm contracted to have a high demand of romantic fiction.
How does a romance author find newer concepts and experience for every book?
Well, I have so many ideas about so many novels, and that is it for me. But if you're also going through something in life, that can also be an inspiration for you. So for me, there has always been at least one element in my book that is true about my life. For instance, if the female lead's mom has passed away, or there's a main girl being named to her, or that she's a strong female lead, then those are all aspects of my own life. I also make sure to make my characters have some of my own character traits or some of my family and friends or someone that I know, because that makes the characters more human, more relatable, and more real to the readers. They also make the readers connect with the characters more.
How tough or smooth has been your journey as an author? How was the reaction of your family and friends after you became a published author?
My journey as an author has been smooth, but also a bit rough. I started writing just because I liked it in Yatan when I was in secondary school. I was only 14 years old at the time, and I left the books unpublished and unfinished at that time because I was too busy with school. At 19 years old, I started freelance writing and social media marketing. At 20 years old, one of my books that I have written at 16 years old got a contract from Web Novel, and that was how I became a published author and started getting contracted by other platforms too. And my family and friends were very happy for me. They were not surprised that I became a published author because they know that I write and I love writing and reading.
What is the scope of the book publishing industry in Africa?
I don't know because the industry that I publish my books with are in Asia and Eastern Europe. So I just believe that their scope is very large. That's what I imagine it to be.
Think of a situation where you have many haters trying to spread false rumors about your book. How would you handle such a situation and change their minds?
I actually do have haters that have been doing this to me, and it all started at web novel because they hated the fact that my first novel that is so good and has never gotten a bad comment. And all of my books have never gotten a bad comment. So they started saying things like, I will never be successful, and neither will my books, that I should just stop writing. But they were writing, and they're still writing. So we got muted on the server for that argument. And after that, they kept an eye on me, and they will make connections with any platform that comes in contact with me. And they will start mouthing me so that they wouldn't give me a contract. Thankfully, most of the platforms don't listen to them because they know what they're doing. And that's when I realized that I shouldn't tell anyone about my contracts or when I'm trying to get a contract until I get it. Or if an editor contacted me to write on their platform, I wouldn't tell anyone until I got that contract. There have also been instances where these people meet some of my readers and they tell them not to read my books, or that they should take it out of their library because I didn't write them, or that I'm not a good writer, or whatever they tell them. Some listen while some don't, and that's how life is. Some people are against you while some people are with you. Well, this is kind of hard because I don't even know how to make people believe me instead of the haters. But I will always try to be honest and be transparent. If people don't believe me, then it's their deal. All I want is to achieve my goal and to make people happy and to help them and to bring joy to them while doing so.
Your potential readers would love to know about the platforms where your books are available. How do the platforms work? Are the platforms subscriptions based?
I'm a contracted author at Web Novel Library, iSupernovel, Good Novel, Starmoon, which is also known as Wish Novel, or Fancy Novel, and Novel Cat. I have 3 novels on Web Novel: Falling for the CEO, Created for a Demon, and Dinner's Choice. 2 of my books are on iSupernovel: Vampire Country and Alpha Clause. 1 of my books is on Starmoon. The Mafia CEO is my alpha mate, and 1 is also on Library. Mr. CEO is my hero. 1 is on Good Novel, Alpha Clause, and then another one on Novel Cat, Bad Boys 2 Fall for Bad Girls. The most popular one is Falling for the CEO, and Vampire Country is the newest of them all, and it's going to be launched in June. Alpha Clause is non-exclusive, so I can post it on other sites too. But all the other ones are exclusive, so they are exclusively on those sites that publish them. Some are completed while some aren't, but those that are not completed, I update them daily. I also have my own blog, which is JF Delicacies, where I post those are recipes, voice-based slash audio stories, and food slash books podcasts. I will appreciate it if you check it out and if you check out my books on those platforms that I mentioned. As for how the platforms work and if they are subscription based, yes, they are subscription based, and they post authors' contracted books on there, and after some chapters they lock the other chapters. So readers have to use coins to unlock these chapters. But there are daily tasks for readers that can't pay. So they do this daily tasks like watching an ad or something like that, and they gain these coins to unlock the chapters. But the daily tasks only provide a few coins, and readers might want to read more chapters of your book. So they'll have to pay to buy the coins and unlock the chapters. And authors work so hard to write novels for readers and to bring them joy while doing so. So it will be very helpful if you buy the coins and unlock the chapters to support them.
It is a great experience of interviewing you. Thank you for being a part of the Blaze Goldburst show. One ultimate question for you: what change do you want to bring in this book industry, which is usually dominated by established authors, through your books?
Thank you too. I am glad to be part of your show. The change that I want to bring to these industries is making people happy and making them know that we are all equal. Because in my books, I always make a mention of something like whether it is a man or a woman, rich or poor, vampire or human, different races or ages, or whatever. We are all equal and we all deserve to be treated with the same love and respect.
All readers out there, our message to you: let us support authors having great potential. Let us take a chance in trying something new. Only we can bring the change. Let us support literature by making new voices to come to the fore. Read books by Jannah Firdausi now. All links are in the description. Thank you for watching this interview. If you want to support the voice of the aspiring authors and believe that every aspiring author deserves to be heard in this world, then subscribe, like and share this video to motivate and inspire others to make their dreams come true.